So, Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, is the sequel to Ready or Not. And it came out over the weekend, this last weekend. And I was interested in it. I like the first one a lot. It's oddly a one that I've watched quite a lot. I've rewatched it quite a lot. I watched it in the cinema when it first came out. And it's been a fun one to stick on. Whether it be by myself or if I'm with a group of people, it's a very safe one to just stick on with friends and you'll have a good time. It's 90 minutes. It's funny. It's fun. It's got some cool horror to it. It's a lot of fun gore. It's a fun little concept. So when it was announced that there was going to be a sequel, I was like, all right, I'll give it a go. Because it's Radio Silence back again directing it. It's the same writing team as well, Guy Busick. And I forgot the other writer. Oh, no. Add that credit in there, please, Oscar, in post-production. And Samara Weaving was coming back. So all the ingredients of the first film, they were coming back to do a sequel. And I'm not precious about the first one, so the thought of a sequel doesn't make me feel like, oh, no, that can't be touched. It's like, yeah, sure, why not? And it's been a while. It's been coming up to 7 years? 7 years since the first one. Jesus Christ, doesn't time fly? So I feel like enough time's passed that this doesn't feel like they're just pumping a sequel out for the sake of pumping a sequel out. And I didn't know much about it. Going into it, I didn't see the trailers. I just knew it took place immediately after the film, the first one, and that Catherine Newton was in it as Samara Weaving's sister. And that's kind of all I knew about it. And I'm really happy to say that I absolutely loved this film. I had such a blast with Ready or Not 2. I don't know whether I prefer it to the first one. My very initial feelings of when I left the cinema was like, that's better than the first one. But I don't know. I need to think about it. But I at least like it just as much as the first Ready or Not. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's so good. I like the Radio Silence guys. Let's go back a little bit of context, I guess. I like the Radio Silence guys. I wouldn't say I'm huge fans of them, but when I've looked back at like their filmography, I don't dislike anything they made. Again, the first Ready or Not is great. Had a lot of fun with that. I really like the 2 Scream films they did. And Abigail was a load of fun as well. None of their stuff are things that I'm like in love with, that I'm like, oh my God, this is like, I'm not a fanboy for any of their work, but I also really like all their work. I think they make horror accessible. They're accessible horror filmmakers that are very much so. They make the films they make are definitely in the horror genre, but they're not trying to really mess you up. They use horror tropes while also using just implement the fun that cinema can have. And I think that Ready or Not 2 is no exception to that. And it might be my favorite film of theirs. Again, I don't know. I might like it more than the first Ready or Not. Who knows? But yeah, no, like genuinely, like recently, like the last, I don't know, this year, I haven't really been that enthusiastic about anything that's come out in the cinema. I've been a bit disenchanted with cinema as of late. I've got my ass kicked around with Return to Silent Hill and Scream 7. Jesus Christ, those are horrific. I didn't really love Primate. As we all know, I'm not the biggest fan of Project Hail Mary. Wuthering Heights was fine, forgettable. And 28 years later, Bone Temple is very good. It just didn't get me enthusiastic about it all. I still think it is very good. But yeah, no. So far, there hasn't been a film that I have seen that has come out within this year that I've been like, yes, we're on a roll now, baby. And Ready or Not 2 kind of is that for me. I towards like the last part of this film, I just had a smile from ear to ear. I was loving every single moment of it. And it was like almost like right off the bat as well. Like we open from the very final scene, the very final shot of the first film, with Samara Weaving caked in blood, lighting a cigarette. And then they do a really fun thing where they, in a splice, they pick up right after. They do like a snorri cam shot where she drops and she gets put in an ambulance. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is just the coolest thing. And then title card. And then just right, and then it doesn't waste any time. We're just into it. We're right into the film. There's no wasting time. Now, there is points in the film where they are like, right, we need to set up these new characters and we need to catch up on what the concept of this film is. But I never felt once that, like, anything dragged. Or it never felt like the film stopped itself to be like, now I need to tell you what's going on. It's like, it just kind of like kept going. And I was just really into it all. It almost felt like, the comparison I'll give is like, it felt like John Wick 2. And what I mean by that is like, you know, like what I mean, like how the first John Wick is like, oh, it's a revenge film and that's kind of it. And it sprinkles hints of a larger world. And then in the second film, it goes grand and we get introduced to this larger world and all these interesting characters. That's exactly the same in this film. It's like they expand the concept that was introduced in the first Ready or Not and they just blow it up. Literally. There's a lot of explosions. There's a lot of blood explosion in this film, which that's my cup of tea right there. It's the fun kind of gore where it's not uncomfortable, but there's a lot of bodies just exploding, and it makes for such a fun time. That's it, man. I can't say anything else other than like I just had the most fun I've had in the cinema in a very long time was in this film. I think it helps as well that I just think Samara Weaving is class. Like she might be like up there as like top 3 favorite like female actors right now. Like just absolutely brilliant. I think she's like kind of like a go-to scream queen. There's very few better ones right now. I mean, obviously from a performance standpoint, but oh my God, her scream is just iconic. I love her so much. And her and she slipped back into the dress, metaphorically and literally, as Grace in Ready or Not. And it just works so cool, man. Like it's like no time passed, literally no time passed in this film in terms of the timelines point. But in terms of like her as the character, she's just back into it. And she's so compelling and she's fun. And she's also shit scared. So it makes for like a very like compelling watch as a viewer where you're not watching this invincible being. You're watching a badass character, but you're not watching someone who's indestructible. And likewise, like I really like Catherine Newton's inclusion in this film as well. I am a fan of Catherine Newton. Again, I liked her in Abigail. I really liked her in Freaky as well. There's probably other things I've liked her in. I've enjoyed her a lot in of everything. Oh, Lisa Frankenstein, of course. Oh my God, I'm a big fan of that film. And just seeing her and Samara Weaving just kind of being a double team with this film is just such a fun watch, man. Yeah, no, I can't. There's so, and obviously the whole cast of characters are just a blast. Like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Elijah Wood, they're fantastic, and the nice little cameo of David Cronenberg was fun. This film feels like just like a big love letter to like, I don't know, to stuff that weird kids like. Like there's characters in this that go, oh shit, it's a faculty reunion with some of these actors. And, you know, obviously, and then people know Sarah Michelle Gellar obviously from Buffy, but I'm like, hey, it's Scream 2, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and obviously Scooby-Doo fame. I've yet to watch Buffy. And obviously, like Elijah Wood, as I said, faculty, I love the faculty. And whatnot. It just feels like it's just such a fun time. of just seeing a load of people that every single person in this film is almost associated with other fun projects that I like. And then just seeing them all together is a lot more like, there's a lot of it where I'm like, oh my God, I'm associating all of these fun things and they're all in the same film, which makes this film, it adds a lot more of just a good time for this film, man, for me personally. And obviously I'm talking about how fun it is and fun, and it's fun, it's a fun time, it's a fun premise, it's all fun. There's moments in it that are like rough as well. I think like the character, there's a moment where I forgot the actor's name. Oh my god. He plays Sarah Michelle Gellar's twin brother, he's also in The Faculty. Put his name here now, Oscar, please. But there's a moment where he's just, by the way, spoilers for Ready or Not 2. It's great. Go and watch it, and then come back and watch this if you really want to. But there's a moment where that character is just beating the crap out of Catherine Newton, and it's in the cut with like a really a funny fight between Samara Weaving and another character, where they both been pepper sprayed, and that's a really it's fun, but also really well choreographed. Where what's the needle drop? Turn around, bright eyes. Great needle drop. And we're in a cut in this really funny, really well choreographed fight scene with these characters, and then we see just Catherine Newton's character getting the crap beaten out of her, and it starts off like, oh, this is rough, it's rough. It's like, okay, it's another action fight scene that's in this film. That gradually just becomes uncomfortable, and it's really brutal, and Catherine Newton is bloodied, and this guy is just like unhinged, and that's the moment with his character, because he's kind of a bit of a pushover and a bit of a wet wipe for a good chunk of the film. And then it's that moment there where it's like, oh, he's unhinged. He's an unhinged man. And it even clicks even more of like where he like smacks Sarah Michelle Gellar when she's trying to stop him. And you can see it's like, oh God, he's flipped. Great performance, to go from being a bit of a wet wipe to being an actual like intimidating threat. My God, what a time. And the whole ending sequence is clever. And it's great, and I think I saw a Letterboxd review or someone where it's or it might have been a Reddit thread for the film where it's like, whenever I had a question, the film immediately answered it, and it made sense. And I feel the exact same way. It's like, there's points to like, wait, so what does that mean? And then it gets explained. Like Elijah Wood goes, oh, this, and it goes, oh, okay. That makes sense within the context of this film. Yeah, man, I don't know. And it's just a fun time. I keep saying it's fun, but that's all but that is it. But what makes it fun is the performances are all fun. These scenes, like the way the film's made, like the way that Radio Silence has directed this film, there's an energy and an impact. And it's just got like, it's similar to like a Tarantino, like Kill Bill almost, where there's just a bite to it, like it's so slick and energetic. And although there is violence and there's a lot of blood, it never feels like grim. It utilizes a violent premise and then injects just a fun energy to it. And the amount of characters that are in this film, they're all like, you can imagine like a whole film almost about every single one of these characters. I know a lot of people are saying they want to see a spin-off with the Elijah Wood character, but also you could imagine like the Chinese mother. You can imagine a whole film with her. You can imagine the Spanish family, a whole film with them, or like everyone involved with this film. You could imagine a whole like backstory and a whole other film with these guys. You know what I mean? It's just, they all feel very defined in their own identity, no matter how big or small of a character they are. But the film never takes away from like grace and faith. You know, it still feels very much so like their film, and there is a danger of almost being like, oh no, am I gonna like them? But I did. I'm a big fan of the characters of Grace and Faith. If they do a third film, I'll love it. I kind of want them to do what they did with this one and give it a few years and just wait and see if it works out. Yeah, man. It's great. It's a load of fun. It's been a while since I've had this much fun in the cinema. But I swear, when I say like towards the end of the film, like in that third act, where we had the whole like thing of like she marries to the guy and then she just stabs the shit out of him, which is like, oh my, it's such an amazing sequence. And she goes, there's no rules against killing family. And Elijah Wood's like, she's got a point. And then throws him in the pit. And she's like, right, I'm done. I'm abolishing it. Whoever doesn't get the ring, if there's no one wearing the ring by dawn, we burn it all down. Tosses in, great sequence, everyone flying in, and she's like, peace out. Like her and Faith like leave with a goat. Oh, there's just so much fun and great stuff into it. And in that section, I remember thinking to myself, God, Grace is my Elisa Galib. Is that how it is? Is that the Dune one? She's my Timothy Chalamet from Dune. Fucking Grace from Ready or Not. My God. Great time. Big fan. I'm so happy that I've been able to have a great time in the cinema again because it's been far too long. I now want a cut of both Ready or Not films where they cut into each other, so the film just keeps going. So the first, because you can do it. I mean, the film literally starts with the very last shot of the first film. Just cut it together. Come on, guys. I want an edit of that. I want the full Ready or Not massive cut. Hell yeah, man. I don't know how well this is going to do. This is definitely going to play well to the people that it will play well to. It played well to the South by Southwest. The midnight screening kind of crowd. Like, this is what the midnight movies crowd. Like, this is what they'll eat this up, man. And I'm sure they have been. Everyone, the audience for this film have found it, and they're big fans of it, and I'm a part of it. Ready or Not 2, here I come. Love it. Massive fan. Can't wait to see what Radio Silence does next. They're doing the Mummy film, aren't they? Yeah, okay. I'm interested. As in, like, the Brendan Fraser Mummy, not the Lee Cronin Mummy. Hey, I'm interested in that. Great stuff. Love it.